How do I find the low float stocks? How do I find the float of a stock? Let's look at those options that are available to us. There are free options and there are paid options, but the general idea is the same. What is the float of the stock? Well, let's answer that question really quick. The float of a stock is the shares available for us, for like people like you and I, to trade. So whenever you hit that buy button on your broker, you're basically getting into that float. That's an available stock for us to trade, buy or sell, okay? So now we know the answer. Let's look at the available options for us to figure out the float. All right, so now that we have my browser set up, let's get into some of the links. Okay, on the right here, I have free options and paid options broken down. On the free options, the top of the list is Finviz. You probably, guys, if you trade, you guys are probably familiar with Finviz. Finviz, pretty awesome platform. It's available for free. It also has a paid subscription for additional features. But we're looking at the shares float. And the share float is available right here. I just highlighted it. We're looking at the stock IMMX. It's pretty popular stocks from yesterday, just an overall today. I don't know how relevant this stock is going to be later down the road whenever people watch the video, but in just for the sake of example, I'm using this stock. So Finviz showing 4.19 million shares of float. This is the number of stocks available for us to trade. Whenever we buy and sell, we're dipping into that pool, okay? So Finviz, free, very easy. Punch it in URL. You don't have to sign up for anything. There you go. You got the float. The second option is Yahoo Finance. Yahoo Finance, pretty popular site too. Everybody's pretty much familiar with it. Whenever you get to Yahoo Finance, when you search for a ticker, go to Statistics tab here, Statistics link, and then scroll down and look at the float. Okay, and you probably noticed right away. The Finviz was showing 4.19 million and the Yahoo Finance showing 1.29 million. Okay, there's going to be discrepancy between some of the sites. It's a matter of how they calculate the available float, okay? They go based on the report provided by stock based on the shareholders, basically corporations that are holding the stocks, okay? So the idea for us here is not to go to one single source, but to get a general idea of an overall float for the stock. So to get that, go to the multiple sources and just get an idea of a stock float, okay? So we have 4.19 for Finviz and 1.29 for Yahoo Finance. Another option is Benzinga. Benzinga, it also has a paid version, Benzinga Pro, pretty much everybody familiar. But if you go to this link, benzinga.com, quote your stock symbol, you get this box here right away, right? The stat table here. And you see the 4.3 million, so a little bit higher than Finviz, but generally about the same what Finviz was reporting. So total float, 4.3 million. Okay, pretty straightforward. Now, another one is pretty hidden here. It's the TD Ameritrade. And by the way, Thinkorswim does not report float inside their platform, which is odd, and I'm not sure why. Because if you go on their website, you go to this link, and you go to Fundamentals tab, and you scroll down, you get the float information for that exact stock, IMMX, 4.1 million. Okay, so we're staying in this range, 4 point something million, right? 4.3, 4.1, 4.2. So just to get a general idea. Okay, another option is TradingView. TradingView has a paid and free. We go to the free, we go to the chart. We also go to this watch list and details option or a button here. Click on that, scroll all the way down and see the key stats. You expand that and you see a share float, 950,000. Okay, 950,000 shares. Okay, drastically different from what any of the other sources reported. Okay, let's continue. MarketWatch. I believe that source is actually utilizing some other platform. So keep in mind, right? A lot of sources are kind of basically using the same data that's being provided. So the data source is one, right? And then it basically gets sent to a different URLs or websites, so they're reporting the same number. So keep in mind, take a look at this, right? Public float right here, 950,000. Market Watch. Market Watch matches what TradingView is saying. Interesting, right? Another option, Market Chameleon. Okay, let's go to that one. That one's not really popular for anything, but it does report float, which is, I believe it's awesome too. Okay, so Market Chameleon, 4.32 million. So okay, we're going back to that original, what Finviz was reporting, what Benzinga reported, 4.3, right? So Finviz, again, Finviz right here, you go to this link, overview/IMMX, which is the stock symbol. You scroll down and then look at the trading statistics. You see that 4.3 million right here. Another very interesting one is WSJ, Wall Street Journal. I don't know why they have that, but they do. Just if anybody's like that website, or just have their subscription, or you don't have to have a subscription, maybe you have bookmarking it for news. Anyway, the float is also available there, and bading, right? 950,000 again. So we have 3 sources out of 8 reported 950,000, and we have 5 sources reported about 4 million, and I believe 1 source reported 1 million. So sorry, 3 sources reported 4 million, 1 reported 1 million, and then 3 reported 950,000. Okay, so Finviz 4.19 million, Yahoo Finance 1.29 million, Benzinga 4.3 million, TD Ameritrade 4.1 million, Thinkorswim 950,000. I'm sorry, TradingView 950,000. Market Watch is 950,000. Market Chameleon 4.3 million. And Wall Street Journal 950,000. Okay, so these are your free options. Just from at the top of my head, this is what I use. I use TradingView a lot, and that's my go-to. So now I'm questioning which one is right. TradingView reported 950,000, and Benzinga reported 4.3. Should I be using Benzinga? Should I be using Finviz? So a lot of people go to Finviz. It's just a go-to. A lot of people go to Yahoo. Just keep in mind, use multiple sources just to get a general idea where that float around just kind of hovers, right? So you're not thinking, okay, well, maybe it's a 60 million share float, but in reality it's a 5 million share float, or vice versa. Maybe it's a 16 million share float, but it's a 600 million share. So just keep in mind, take a look at the different sources, right, and make sure you get a general idea of a stock float. What generally we can say about IMMX, it's somewhere between 4 to 1 million. Okay, so just give you a perspective a little bit, and then you go and see how it trades. Okay, why do we care about float? Float is just a supply and demand type of work, right? If there is low supply and high demand, the stock will move a lot faster. So again, float is basically a supply, and IMMX showing on comparison to all other stocks is a low supply. So we expect for that stock on any breaking news to move a lot. And if you're a momentum scalper, momentum trader, that's important for you. So if you have DAS and you subscribe to fundamental package, you just go to quotes, go to fundamentals, and link that stock to this window. And I don't have the fundamental subscription on DAS, but you will see that there is a float field. So right there on the spot, you can get a stock float without going to any of the website. But I would still go to the website just to figure out if you have it as a pre-market watch or just watching that stock, just make sure you get a general idea of that float. Right here on the right, we have Stocks to Trade platform. It's also a paid platform. They do have a key statistics tab under a stock symbol, and they have a float, and they report 4.32 for that IMMX stock. Okay, another favorite and popular is Trade Ideas. Trade Ideas reports float. I believe you have to have a paid version. If you go to their free ticker symbol version, you can just basically get the general stats, but it doesn't report float. To get a float, you need probably a paid version. I have a paid version, and I can see. And the cool thing is you can set up an alerts and filter based on that share float amount. And generally, it's been kind of similar to what other sources are, very similar to what Benzinga was reporting, kind of from that perspective. But sometimes they don't report anything, like an empty field or a dash. So you might have to go to the Finviz or Yahoo and other sources I shared earlier to kind of get an idea of what that float is. So anyway, guys, hopefully that was helpful. Please hit a like button, subscribe if you liked this type of video. I will continue doing the video to help people who are just coming into trade, who want to understand low floaters, who want to understand the stock market, just to get an idea of what float is, how to get it, where it is. Hopefully that was helpful. Take care.